Hi, this is Mercedes, and today we're going to take a tour of San Luis Rey de Francia. Let's get started. This part of the tour is about how the Indians got started and how before the mission, this is like their clothes they would wear, their baskets they would make, and if you look over at this picture, that's how they go across waters made out of straw or branches. And this is a basket to cook food in. They would place it on this and they would tie it all up with like ropes that they would make and stuff, straw, and these are all the baskets they would make. So there you go. Mission San Luis Rey was the 18th mission found in 1798. It was found by Father Fermin Laslin, and this is the model of the mission. And back here, right here, is the church, and that it's a really big mission. And back here and here is part of the courtyard. The courtyard is back here, like right here. And they said that there was a really big tree that's been around for a long time, and I believe that's the tree. In this part of the mission, we learn how the fathers lived. They lived and they prayed to God right here. And over here is where they slept and lived. The beds were made out of leather straps and wool. And right here, this pot, you see, it was made for washing. And over here, this fire you think was a charcoal stone, and it would help them keep warm.
In this case,
it was the stuff that Father Antonio Perry he was one of the missionaries that lived here. And this is a incense boat, and they would burn incense in. This is a cross that the missionaries would hold, and this necklace back here is what the missionaries would pray on. And it would be called a rosary.
Okay, let's move on.
And let's move on. In this part of the mission, you'll see how the Spaniards taught the Indians how to make candles out of animal fat, and how to make soap and wool sheep fur to make it into blankets. In this part of the mission, you'll see how the kitchen was. The Indians were hunters and gatherers. The Spaniards taught them how to grow crops and help them and teach them how to cook meals over the stove. In this part of the mission, it shows how the Indians were taught Catholicism, but the Indians did not know Spanish, so they would teach them through songs. They would show them pictures and crosses. Right now, we are in one of the many beautiful courtyards, and if you see over here, this would lead to the church where they would worship. In this part of the mission, you'll see how the Indians became ranchers. they would grow, they would raise cattle like goats, horses, sheep, pigs, and mules. This is a plow, and you'll see in the picture right here, it would take 2 cattle. The plow was used to spread crops at places, and this is what the plow was used for. In this part of the mission, you'll see how Mexico took over and promised the Indians freedom. In this picture, you'll see how Father Perry was leaving and the Indians flying in to stay. In 1846, the Mexican government stripped the mission from its valuable and left it in ruins. And at the end of the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln formally returned the mission to the Catholic Church. Right here it shows how he signed all the documents to return the mission into the Catholic Church. In 1892, they began to restore the mission. Over here, you'll see how they would pick up all the broken pieces, restore everything, and bring back the mission. After 200 years, the Franciscans and the Lasanians are still here. Today, the mission holds daily weekend mass and a school of theology. The mission also holds Laseno Indians annual powwow and also tribal meetings. In the background, you'll see that pepper tree I was talking about in the very first part of the mission. It was planted by Father Perry, and it is the oldest pepper tree in California. We are now entering church, where Mass is held daily and on the weekends.
Yeah, let me see if it's in there. Schedule where I know. Okay, that's probably a good idea.
Right.
We are now entering the cemetery, where people can still be buried today.
And go.
This is a memorial for all the Indians that were buried here. And this was built in 1830 in Mission San Luis Rey. In this area, you'll see how they would cook the adobe bricks in the kiln down there in the garden. This is the kiln where they would cook the adobe bricks. They would place the adobe bricks on here, and down in here is where the fire would be. We are now near the irrigation system. It's used for plumbing to water the plants. If the people who didn't know what adobe bricks look like, they're like this. They're different from regular bricks. You can see. So that's the adobe brick. And this is the end of our tour of San Luis Rey Mission.